Hi, today's mission is a data recovery run, and the main thing that marked it as different going in was that we were limited to bringing soldiers of sergeant rank or lower. Now, as always, there is some tension in the encounters, but I will say a lot of that came from somewhat awkward positioning of, where they were coming into view from, and they often had the advantage of full cover. And maybe I'm unduly patting myself on the back, but I think that some of the commentary around the tactics in this episode might be a cut above the norm for me. Hopefully you'll find it interesting. One other note, aside from this introduction, there is no face cam video in this mission. So I did record it, but we had some issues with the footage and I'm afraid I had to scrap it. So fear not though, because Ray and I should be back on camera next time when we take on a much beefier mission, and you'll find out more about that one toward the end of today's installment.
Menace 1-5, we've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
7 turns. Okay. See. I don't like going down in here. This can be a bit of a kill box, if there's a pod and you get revealed, they'll have high ground and you're kind of screwed. So let's, at least initially, I'm going to come this way. I don't see anything. So, do I want to risk it? I guess I will. Movement in this game is just so dicey. There's really no such thing as a completely safe move. Like, you can follow another soldier, but the one that you send following can be just one tile to the right or one tile to the left on part of that path. And that's enough. That's enough, to trigger some other pod. It can really be brutal. Once I saw there was nobody close, I'm sort of trusting concealment to prevent that. But you really don't know, 100%. All right, well, bring her up here. So we have some civilians, that's fine. I think what I'd like to do is maybe bring him up here. But I don't need my Templar to do that for sure. It's not really, gunfire. Now here again, listen, there could be a pod on the roof. I'm going to dash up there and hope for the best, but it would have been pretty devastating. I'll tell you what's scaring me right now is that we're getting close to the objective for this mission. And I have yet to see a single alien. And, on one level you go, wow, well, that's great. Yeah, except I don't want all of them to be clustered around the objective. Okay, so we finally saw, I think it was just 2, right? Yeah, that's interesting. All right, well, I can at least move forward a bit. Where am I going with you? I tell you what, yeah, he's already moved as far as he can. I will just come up and as far over as possible. It would be very difficult for me to engage a pod as far away as that Mouton is. I'm kind of glad to see they're moving closer. Okay, so I can see this thing, which is fine. Listen, if we get the party started, they'll come to me. And I'm kind of thinking that I might just do, well, I don't know. Is it even worthwhile? Maybe I just use his shot to start weakening this guy. The Mouton will come running, and then the rest of us, like, we can worry about whether we want to use grenades and stuff. The only downside is I won't be able to use my Mimic Beacon, but I don't see using a Mimic Beacon against a pod of 2 guys.
We've been spotted.
As long as I don't trigger any other pods, then that would be a whole other story. I mean, I was hoping he'd go down there. Although it can make visibility awkward. Yeah, so this sucks because now George can't see anybody. Can anybody see the Mouton? No, not you at least. You can. Interesting. So, are these destructible? Seemingly they are. Do I want to use a grenade with chemical? And then have somebody come down and try and blast them? I might not even need to. He could probably do it. Alternatively... Oh, this isn't even chemical. It's pretty funny. But what I was thinking is, what if I just brought her here and took a shot at him? Yeah, I don't think I need to use consumables. I feel like this is pretty strong already. So the only real question is, do I want to bring a grenadier down? I think because he's behind full cover, it makes more sense to just come down. I'll give up a 20% elevation bonus, but I gain a,
good copy. Moving on target.
You know, the fact that he loses a 40% cover bonus, so I'm better off. I'm just going to use these 2 to take him down. It's not guaranteed, of course. But one way or another, we have enough guys to get there. So now the trick is, how are we killing this idiot? Because we already know that George can't see him. He's already gone. So I am not running up here with my Templar. That's not happening. I can guarantee you there's enemies somewhere over here, and we are going to reveal them. So there's a couple ways we can go. One obvious thing I can do is blast this side of the building. That could also result in triggering another pod. And yet, if I don't do it, I have no chance. So let's say I did something like this so that at least it removes as little of the wall as possible while still taking, he takes damage and we destroy his cover. Okay, great. So let's see. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that gets him down to 6. And now I move George down here somewhere. And crap. I can't tell what his damage with the pistol is. If I remember right, it's 4 to 5. So I can't kill him. Just straight up, I can't kill him this turn. If George had, I think it's called Gunslinger. Well, no, I still couldn't kill him. I would need lightning hands, which I have. Well, guess what we're gonna do? Now, we may not get the kill, but that's not really a big worry of mine. If I sit back and do nothing, I'm not going to get the kill. He's won it actually helps that we got 4 damage out of that grenade. But I don't think we're going to need it. The key is, yep, I just need at least 1 hit for 5 damage or 2 hits. So now I need this one to be max damage. And I may or may not get that. Let's hope for the best. Got there. So what I was starting to say is, let's say though that I only got 4 and he lives through the turn. So what he would do is he's going to do his thing where he either comes down here or comes over here and he shadow binds one of us and creates a clone. I mean, I'm not really afraid of that. My only real concern is that that clone, let's say he does it down here and then the clone moves up and somehow, I actually don't know if this is true. I guess it wouldn't trigger another pod because of the fact that that clone is an enemy of ours. It's a friend to them. So that was really the only concern I had. And now that I finish kind of thinking it through, I realize that it didn't even matter. All right. So I have some mighty pistol Overwatch to protect us. Turns out I didn't need it after all. What I would really like to do is if I could maneuver to a spot where I could see this thing, you know, preferably without triggering a pod. We have 4 turns. All right. Well, I won't be able to leave him there. I knew that was a possibility from the start. But I can see this. Can't do it this turn. I can't. I may need his stupid mimic beacon. So we have a trooper, shield bearer, priest. And the problem is I have to be really careful about using explosives because I don't want to wreck this. This is almost certainly going to be a mimic beacon turn just for that reason. And I also want to pick up this loot. I'm desperate for scopes. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring her up and see what, if anything, I can do. I can't even see the priest. I can't do much.
Moving.
This is going to be such a bad turn. And I got a core.
I'm sure the docs will want to see this.
My drops have not been good. I mean, I'll tell you what else isn't good. I'm not really in a position. I can't come use my sword on him. What if I did this? I could at least start on this clown. I don't think this is bad. Maybe the only damage I do this turn. Probably going to parry. I'm really tempted to use something like suppression here. Because if I throw the beacon, he'll probably come out of cover. And then I get suppression. Yes, I take a penalty because I'm on Overwatch, but he loses full cover. So she's just kind of stuck down here until I move her. That's fine. Listen, I knew that when I moved her up here. I just kind of accepted that their turn was probably going to be a bit of a wash. And I actually think that what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to try and move forward as much as I can. I'm not so concerned about getting every last little bit of damage in that I can. I'm really tempted to just take this shot. I think I'm going to. You know what? It's damage. Hold on. Part of me wants to do this, but I, again, could easily trigger another pod. So, what if... Oh, man. Yeah, this is a little brutal. I tell you what, I'm going to come here. God, this is still terrible positioning, even for next turn. I'm going to take the coin flip. All right. If we got the hit, it would have been pretty darn good, honestly. Because I don't know that the beacon can absorb all 3 shots here. So if we get 1 kill, that would be really good. Alright, it is going to absorb all 3 shots. Okay. Well, I need to move her forward. That is 100%. And I mean, I might as well come up, I think. She's so flankable from here. And the only real downside is that I can't see the priest. But I'm also not as worried about seeing the priest. The trooper is the one that I most want to kill. I, of course, could kill the trooper this way. But what I should do, if I'm going to use a sword on him, I should really use Mike. Now, unfortunately, this would not be lethal. That is awkward. What's his overall health? 9. And what was my ranger's damage range? 7 to 9. So she would need max damage. And I don't have run and gun or anything yet. Realistically, I'm killing it with a sword, or I'm using a sword and a grenade or something like that. And I could do that. Could do something like this. But let me do this. If I can take the one thing out of play, I have to come here. That means I need to use her first. I gotta get her out. What if I bring you here as a kind of stepping stone?
I'm on the move.
I want to see if I trigger another pod for starters. I haven't. Honestly, I don't know where everybody is. This is so odd. So I'm going to move up so I'm finally behind cover. And then let's just get this out of the way so I can do whatever I want with explosives and everything, and I don't have to worry about failing the mission. Okay. Well, I'll just do this. Wow, and that wasn't even good enough. Okay. It's too bad. We could use the alloys.
Menace 1-5. Status confirmed. The charges are inactive and the package is secure. Eliminate any remaining hostiles near the AO.
So, you know what? I actually think... here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to screw around with dashing out here and triggering another pod. I have a very high level of confidence that, you know, that would happen. So now we have hurt him, and I'm just going to start taking some shots.
Enemy
And
down.
the shield bearer is probably going to live through this turn. I'm not particularly concerned about that.
For the Templars!
He's just going to throw a shield on himself. I don't care about that. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Did I already use her? I did. Okay. That's why it was gray. I'm like, wait, how can she not see him? So what if I bring him up?
Raggiungo le coordinate.
I'm just going to take the shot. All right. Next turn, we have way more options.
Sure thing.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put him on pistol Overwatch.
Got it covered.
I think the priest is going to move first, and I'm hoping that when he moves, I can just kill him this way. Well,
Adjusting sights.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, I'm pretty good with this. This is actually going to work out really well for me. Not quite as well for them. And as was obviously going to happen at some point, here's another pod. 2 sectoids and a specter. I'm okay with that. Okay. So, sorry, I'm having a cat situation here. Ray, let's leave that alone, all right? He's decided to attack some things on my desk. Oh, I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. So, this is kind of my basic plan. This should kill both of them. So that settles that. Now, we do still have another whole pod. So that's a thing, and especially because they are not close at all. And unfortunately, I just don't think I'm going to have visibility on these guys. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on Overwatch. None of these guys are particularly, prone to hard hitting. I'm not going to do something like run my ranger way up there. Like, then the Spectre will just take her and, I have to worry about how I'm going to get it back. I think I do this. I do kind of want him up top, which is awkward because what I wanted to do was leave him where he's at and reload. But I'm going to do this. And then I'm just going to take this shot. I would like to start making progress on kills here. It is very difficult to do that if you don't take shots. Little known fact. So here we go. Maybe I can even take one of the sectoids down. That would be really nice. Okay, cool.
Only the best.
I normally use parry. I don't know that that's going to have a lot of effect right now. So I'm kind of thinking I just come out here. My only concern is, what if there's a pot? Oh, this is the edge. Well, then never mind. That's the edge of the map. So I'm just going to try to set him up for the next turn. I mean, I could just take this shot. It's not the worst. And what if I did this? What if I did this? And then I have a flank.
Heading out.
Alright, it's still kind of a crap shot, but look at my crit chance. Alright.
Come on.
Listen, they're not all gonna be gold. I don't know if there's much point in,
Sure thing.
Alright, I'm gonna just do this. There you go. I mean, honestly, considering how far away they are, we actually got some decent progress there. That's why I didn't want to go on Overwatch. I knew this idiot would just make me waste it all. And obviously we need to kill him, but whatever. I can't wait until we get blue screen rounds, and then these become just so much less of an issue. It's hard right now because, you know, it's a lot of health. And the magnetic weapons help a little, but... Okay, cool. He did what I would hope he would do. I gotta say, I'm really tempted to use a revival protocol on Clara. Because I don't know that I'm going to have a ton of great choices here. I mean, I can definitely come down and do this. And I think I will.
Moving out.
She's going to be out of ammo, though, so... I'm actually starting to think this is the last pod. So that means there's literally only 2 on this map? That's interesting, to say the least. So I could easily have Mike come over here. But I can't get lethal. So I need somebody else to hit this fool. And I feel like the best way is just to do this. With the one concern that... What if I trigger this thing to explode? But I don't think it matters because I don't think they're ever going to have a turn. And I mean, I did avoid hitting the truck, so I thought I would be okay. All right. So, here we go. Mike, if you would be so kind as to do that, I would appreciate it. This will free Clara. Not that we even need her to do it, but all we have to do is kill the sectoid now. And we are good. And I am more than happy. You know what's funny? I could get XP for killing this stupid thing too. Does anybody else have... hold on. Can I get 100% shot? No. Oh, what's... I at least want to know what this is. I mean... It's fine. You know what's funny? This would kill the zombie. But my whole point was to get experience for killing the zombie, and I'm not sure this would do that. Okay, so what if I did this? I think this is the answer. There you go. So I got him that XP. And it's funny because I kind of want experience for all of them. So I thought, oh, you know, George could take this shot or... Okay.
Nailed him.
Status confirmed.
And that is it. I mean, am I forgetting something? That was 2 pods, right? 10 enemies, which would include the zombie. I am forgetting something. Yeah, I am. There were 3. There was the Muton plus Spectre, if I remember correctly, but that was 2, whatever they were. Then there was the group of 3 that were near the truck. And then there was the pod of 3 that came later, plus the zombie that we killed. So there were 3. Okay, okay. Well, that was honestly one of the more generous and forgiving maps we've been on for a while. I have gotten so used to having to fear, you know, that I'm going to reveal another pod because they tend to be stacked so close to each other. And here, I guess you could say the first 2 were kind of close, and if you weren't careful, you could have certainly triggered one. But I have fought in far more difficult circumstances than that. So I'm really grateful. That went really well, you know, especially for having nothing higher than a sergeant.
Squad made it back whole, and the aliens paid the price. Great work, Commander.
And because we faced relatively few enemies, you know, their will didn't even go down that much. So Clara did get promoted, which is really nice. Now she has run and gun. In a lot of ways, I don't even feel like you are a ranger until you get run and gun. Being able to do a shotgun to the face is so huge. So we did end up with a couple of repeaters and a stock. I'm not positive where that came from. But I'm not like super excited about them.
Today, Commander. Impressive work.
That matters. And we got a scientist, which is good. Okay, so I know we're on the doom clock. I'm waiting for our Reaper to get back. That's what it was. And where was I scanning? Jeez, I can't remember. Let's just come here. It's close, and I just need for a day to pass while I do something productive. I can't think while this thing is counting down. Oh, brother, you're kidding me. Ambush. Emergency extraction. Okay. Okay.
Our actions have succeeded, and the elders grow fearful. Our recent action has led to the discovery of new information about the elders chosen. The skirmishers respect your ways, Commander. Your people fight with honor. All skirmishers, all those freed from the elders.
That's a decent one.
Are eager to hear your orders, Commander.
Our influence with the resistance factions has motivated them to share some new information on the Chosen.
All right. I was hoping that we could either get another facility lead or reduce progress on the Avatar project. Sadly, neither is available. So there's also no more, promotions or anything. All right. I think we're just going to grab some ability points. I wanted something where we didn't have to tie up a high-level soldier right now.
We will work hand in hand with our new allies.
And then, honestly, I think I just need to come here. We got to get off the doom clock. I would love to get Tex a little bit recovered from losing so much will. She's going to be extremely tired, if not shaken, after a long mission like, going to an alien facility. But how many days do I want to spend on that? I tell you what, let's just give it like 3 days. Oh, actually, that alone was worth waiting on. So a frost bomb is a thing. I honestly, though, I think this is my answer. I really want blue screen protocols.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
And I believe everybody is just automatically upgraded now, right? Yes. So I don't have to go through soldier by soldier or anything like that. you know, the danger is if I keep scanning, yeah, I do need to really limit how long I do this, because what's going to happen is
Maximum power
we're going to get into the mission.
reached.
Okay, we don't need another power relay, so we need to upgrade. So here's what I'll do. Come here, upgrade,
Power relay upgraded.
and then staff it. Okay. And then let me go ahead, now that I have more power, I'm going to upgrade the workshop,
Workshop facility upgraded.
staff it. And then let's come back to the power relay and replace that with one of the 2 new gremlins. And then, does the resistance ring already? Yes. Okay. What about the proving grounds? No. So we'll replace that with a gremlin. So now the workshop is being fully utilized. Question is, what are we going to build? And I think the answer is not a shadow chamber. It's the training center. Yeah. And then, yes, that's exactly what I want. So now we need to clear another spot. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. All right. We're getting there. That's awesome. That's really good. Okay. So I'm going to go down to 17 days and then we stop. Okay. Okay. Stop. Stop. I'm done. How healed is she in terms of her well? Wow, that didn't buy me much. Okay, well, I can't sit here for another 9 days. So, okay, we're going. Let me do this because she still doesn't have any of these. I actually want her to get this because eventually she can have the she can get banish. And that'll be quite good paired with it. I mean, the stock is just kind of a waste, to be honest, for her. And I still don't have any scopes or anything. Just kind of a bummer. She's concealed all the time. I don't think dodge is great. Let's start putting the team together.
Setting course for the West African sector.
So there is an alien ruler here. That's one of the reasons I've been waiting and really wanting to bring her along. I'm hoping we can use her to set up an ambush for the ruler. A lot of times you kind of get ambushed. So, all right, give me a minute. Okay. I think we have our group. This is as close to an A team as we have right now. But we have our Reaper to help us scout. We'll have Riggs as our ranger. You know, 2 grenadiers. So we should be able to shred plenty of armor and such. I was actually really tempted to bring a second sharpshooter. The problem is that Chris is the other one I probably would have wanted to bring. And he's still fairly fatigued from last mission. And, you know, I already feel like this is going to be a mission where we see a lot of enemies and everybody's will is going to take a beating. The people like Riggs and Tex who are going into it at kind of less than full to begin with, they're very likely to kind of go down into a fairly dangerous spot if we bring them And the more people like that I bring, then I could really be looking at a seriously depleted roster, going forward for a while. So I'm going to try and, make do with this. And hopefully it won't bite me in the butt. But that is all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time.